was beyond redemption. This was beyond revenge. This is a typical tactical masterclass from Enzo Maresca and this Chelsea team. To be frank with you, Chelsea 3, Barcelona 0. These results actually don't reflect what really happened at the Stamford Bridge. And in this video are 7 things that we learned from Chelsea win over Barcelona in the UEFA Champions League match day 5. My name is Andy Final. If you're new here, subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment your thoughts, and who really impressed you in this game that Chelsea played against Barcelona at the Stamford Bridge. So without wasting much of your time, let's get started. Yeah, so starting off, the first point that I'm going to talk about in this video is Enzo Maresca tactical masterclass over Hansi Flick. To be frank with you, this was the starting 11 for both Chelsea and Barcelona. This was the lineup. Chelsea started with Robert Sanchez in post, Chalobah and Fofana, Cucurella, Gusto, Caicedo, James, Enzo, Estêvão, Garnacho, and Pedro Neto. This was the starting 11 for Chelsea. And for Barcelona, this was their starting 11. They started with Juan Garcia, Araujo, Kubasi, Baldi, Koundé, Frankie de Jong, Eric Garcia, Femi Lopez, Lamine Yamal, Ferran Torres, and Lewandowski. This was the starting 11 for Barcelona. And well, in this game was a spot-on tactical masterclass. Why should I say this? Because looking at the starting 11 for Chelsea, Chelsea didn't even start with a typical number 9. They had the likes of Joao Pedro and even Liam Delap that they could have played as their attacking player. But well, Enzo Maresca decided to go with Pedro Neto to play as a false 9. And if you know Pedro Neto, he's a player with pace. And he do a lot of running, so he runs. This game was set to run through this Barcelona highline, and it was spot on. Looking at how everything panned out at the end of the day, I think it was a tactical masterclass. Enzo Maresca outsmarted Hansi Flick. Despite Flick has been a coach who last season was tormenting other teams, scoring more goals, creating so many chances. But well, in this game, Enzo Maresca has proven that he didn't just beat PSG. He can go toe-to-toe with any manager across the world. And right now, he's said to be the best manager in the world because looking at some of the big games that he's playing, he's delivering on the highest level. And this game, he played his normal 4-2-3-1 formation. And the genius thing that he did was, the front line, he didn't have a typical number 9 who was going to just stand and wait to play link-up play. No, he decided to go with a runners. Garnacho playing as the number 11, Estêvão playing as the number 7, and with Pedro Neto playing as the false 9. So it was a game that it was spot on from minute 1 to minute 90. Runners throughout. He decided that this game we are just going to run through this Barcelona highline, and with Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo in the midfield giving true passes. And let me talk about Moises Caicedo. All the recoveries that he did in this game was spot on, and he's one of the players that he doesn't do much. He just do the basic things, and he's lovely to watch every single game that you see Moises Caicedo play. Let's move on to my point number 2. So point number 2 in this video is the mistake that Barcelona did playing highline at the Stamford Bridge. This was so obvious even from day one that they made this draw that Chelsea were going to host Barcelona at the Stamford Bridge in match day 5. That was when Chelsea fans and football fans who have studied Chelsea over the past few months started talking about Barcelona highline and Chelsea attacking powers. Even in the absence of Cole Palmer, still Chelsea got the job done because they have the players with the likes of Pedro Neto, William Estêvão, and well, Garnacho. All these players have pace and we're doing take-ons, dribblings, and I mean, this game was spot on. So it was advisable that Barcelona could have played without this highline. They should have known better. Barcelona should have known better because Hansi Flick is not just a mere manager. He's a manager who has did it on the highest level. And going to this game, he should have known that playing high line against pacey wingers or pacey attackers was always going to hurt Barcelona. This was a game that Chelsea outsmarted Barcelona, outplayed Barcelona, and the scoreline 3-0 doesn't even reflect what actually happened. And I think Chelsea deserved more than 3 goals in this game. That's why Chelsea scored so many goals, but because Barcelona also played in a high line, most of the goals, 3 goals were disallowed because it was offside, and some of them were kind of little bit controversial, but well, it is what it is. That was the big mistake that Barcelona did, to play high line against Chelsea, because Chelsea has the midfield that can go toe to toe with the midfield Moises Caicedo and De Jong. I mean, Caicedo is playing on the highest level. I'm not saying De Jong is a bad player, but well, last night, De Jong didn't have a good game. He didn't have a good game because Caicedo was all over the place, making tackles, sliding tackles. I mean, it was lovely to watch Caicedo in this game against Barcelona. So that leads me to my point number 3. In this video, my point number 3 that I'm going to talk about is how many goals Chelsea scored. It means how many chances did Chelsea create, because if it was any team, they score one, they disallow, you score again, they disallow, I mean, you'll be tired of, but well, this Chelsea team decided that no, we score, you disallow, you score again, you disallow, we will score again. And well, Chelsea in this game scored 7 goals. They were able to put 7 goals into Barcelona's net, and it was mind-busting that all the 7 goals, I mean, some of the goals were a little bit controversial, some of the goals were offside, others too were a little bit debatable, but it is what it is. Barcelona made a huge mistake knowing that you are going to play against Chelsea, and playing against Chelsea is not just a mere team, a team with so many pacey attackers. I mean, pacey attackers who are not, they will just come to you direct, and your defenders, you can't defend. Are you telling me that you are going to use Bardi against Estêvão? Estêvão, a teenager who plays better than even Lamine Yamal, and you're telling me that you're going to use Bardi? No, bros, you can know better. I mean, Koundé and Garnacho was not even a fight. So this game was spot on for Chelsea, and they got their chances. They created so many chances, scored so many goals, and yes, it is what it is. I will score so many goals, they allow some, and some will stood, and that was what happened at the end of the day. Chelsea scored 7, but at the end of the day got a 3-0 victory over Barcelona. So other teams have to learn from Chelsea. If you have to play Barcelona, it means you have to keep your head up, create so many chances, score so many goals. Some will stood and some will also be disallowed. It's okay for some of the goals to be disallowed, but if you keep creating, you keep scoring. That's how you play, and that's how you win. And at the end of the day, Chelsea got the job done. 3 goals, 3 points, and it was spot on. This moves me to the fighting spirit of Chelsea. Despite Chelsea were scoring goals, I mean, in the first 3 minutes, Chelsea scored a goal. Enzo Fernandez scored a goal that was disallowed, and it was okay, but that goal was disallowed because they said Fofana handled the ball in the 80 yard before he laid a pass for Enzo Fernandez, so it was okay to disallow. But right after that goal that Chelsea was disallowed, Barcelona also got a clear opportunity to take a lead against Chelsea. But what did Barcelona do? They decided to miss a clear goal scoring opportunity from Ferran Torres. Chelsea, I mean, at the start of the game, Chelsea, we all know how Chelsea progressed the ball. They start playing from the back, and when Reece James misplaced a pass that led to Barcelona to create a goal scoring opportunity that fell for Ferran Torres, but he decided to miss it. That was mind-busting from where he was and how he was able to miss that opportunity that led Chelsea to victory, because you have to take your chances. Chelsea have the fighting spirit. Even though their goal was disallowed, they didn't give up. They went ahead to play. They went ahead to create more chances. So if you want to win, you have to keep creating. If you want to win, you have to keep pressing. And well, what I love about this Chelsea team is the fighting spirit. That was my point number 4. Fighting spirit. They fight till the end. From minute 1 to minute 90, Chelsea was the best at the end of the day. So this leads me to my point number 5. The Willian, Estêvão, and Lamine Yamal debate should end here even before it starts. This guy, Lamine Yamal, has played in Europe for the past 3 years, so he has the experience. But well, talking about William Estêvão, a player who just came from Maresca to Chelsea. The only time European clubs started seeing him was in the Club World Cup that he played. And even in the Club World Cup, he was outstanding. Even he scored against Chelsea in the Club World Cup. And now he signed for Chelsea, came to the Stamford Bridge. Now he's balling on the highest level. He has started 3 Champions League games and he has scored in all the 3 games. This shows you that the guy is a different breed. His class is different from Lamine Yamal. Let me tell you, I'm not saying Yamal is a bad player, but to compare Estêvão to Yamal, despite they may have similarities because they all play in the same position and they have little bit similarities. But well, to talk about William Estêvão, this guy is a generational talent. He's a player that I have no doubt that this guy is going to win multiple Ballon d'Ors because his level, the mentality, his skill, his talent is way above Lamine. Watching these 2 players in this game, I think William Estêvão is far talented, far more skillful, far above Lamine in this game that they played. And this was the first encounter that Estêvão and Lamine has to play in the same game at Stamford Bridge. Well, Estêvão scored a goal in this game, create a lot of chances, do some dribbling. I mean, it was beautiful, it was outstanding, it was astonishing watching William Estêvão play against Barcelona in this game. So the debate between William Estêvão and Lamine Yamal, who is better, should even stop because there is no need to do it. Both players got the same stage. The whole world sit down to watch these 2 players. And who came out winner? It was William Estêvão. So it shows you his class. It shows you his maturity. It shows you that his talent is way, way above Lamine Yamal. This moves me to my point number 6. What does this result mean to Chelsea? Chelsea winning 3-0 against Barcelona in the match day 5 of the UEFA Champions League phase. What does it mean? Already before this game, Chelsea had 7 points out of the 4 games that they've already played. And while winning against Barcelona means Chelsea will now get 10 points, which is going to push Chelsea to get into the top 8. So right now, Chelsea is likely to finish in the top 8, who will get automatic qualification to the round of 16 of this UEFA Champions League. Against Barcelona has told us that they are ready, and this is not just a mere result. This was a statement result that Chelsea has made to the entire Europe that they are coming for the UEFA Champions League. They've done it in the Club World Cup, beating the likes of PSG. It was not just a mere performance. This was a redemption. This was to inform everybody that Chelsea can do it over and over again, even in the absence of Cole Palmer. Imagine Chelsea have Cole Palmer in this game. I mean, it would be mind-busting seeing William Estêvão and Cole Palmer in the same game in Champions League football. I mean, Europe is not ready for these 2 players because it's going to be outrageous. It's going to be ridiculous. It's going to be astonished. People are going to stand on their feet 90 minutes clapping their hands for these 2 players because Chelsea is about to take the world to another level. The world of football is not ready for these 2 players. So this result is a statement result for Chelsea. This takes me to my last point in this video, which is the Chelsea TiVo that they made in the stands. At the start of the game that I saw that TiVo, that Chelsea made a huge banner that had all the trophies in the world that any club can dream of. And it was written on it that the king of clubs. This was astonishing. This was a statement. So if you are even a Chelsea player, seeing this in the stands, it tells you that you are the king. You have the authority. You have the power. You are the best. So whoever will come against you is coming against the best. I mean, in recent games, I saw Arsenal making a TiVo that had their players like Bukayo Saka, Thierry Henry. I mean, this is a club that will make a TiVo that will make a banner that has trophies that every single club in this world would dream of. The Club World Cup, the Champions League, Europa League, Premier League. Every trophy that any club can dream of is on the TiVo. And it tells you that actually Chelsea are the kings of football. right now, kings of club football is no other. Forget that Real Madrid has 15 UEFA Champions League trophies, but well, they don't have every trophy that they can dream of. But Chelsea have it all. It's a statement. It's a statement that tells you that if you're a young guy or if you're a young player coming up, you have to think about Chelsea, you have to think about football. If you are thinking about club football, Chelsea should be a team that should come in your mind. It should be your dream team. If you're a young player coming up, you should dream to be part of this Chelsea team. And it's a statement for everybody. Fair play, these are my 7 things that we can learn from this game that Chelsea won against Barcelona. And well, let me say this. The battle between Marc Cucurella and Lamine Yamal. Cucurella has done it against top right wingers with the likes of Mohamed Salah. All these top players, he has done it against them and always get the best out of them. But well, coming against Lamine Yamal was a statement to tell the world that right now he is top 2 in his position. Marc Cucurella is top 2 in his position. Let me know what you think. Chelsea 3, Barcelona 0 at the Stamford Bridge. What did you also learn? Let me know what you also learned at the comment section. And well, Chelsea next game in the Premier League is against Arsenal, which is coming on this Sunday. And even if you look at the Premier League table, Chelsea is second, Arsenal is on top of this table with 29 points. Chelsea have 23 points. So if Chelsea get a win at Stamford Bridge against Arsenal, it means the title race is on. It will be 3 points difference between Chelsea and Arsenal. So even my next video after this video is going to be my Premier League predictions for game week 13, which I'm going to talk about Chelsea and Arsenal. So let me know what you think. Till we meet in another video. Thanks for watching. Till we meet in another video. Bye bye for now.